Okay, so we're putting this plant controller on this boiler and boiler pump. All right, so this boiler's from 1976. The pump runs all the time, the boiler's enabled all the time, and then it just meets a set point. So you set the temperature on the dial and it just cycles as it should. Well, we want to put a relay on this boiler and get a start-stop. So we're looking for a terminal where we can tie our relay in. They were nice enough to make this diagram for us. So what we've got is 120 volts coming in. See, there's 115. So your 120 volt coming in to a fuse, and then it goes to the burner switch, which is here. After that, it goes to terminal 3, and then it goes through all the safeties. Gas pressure safety, high and low gas safety, low water cutout, high level cutout, and some other things. So I'm just going to break it right before it gets to terminal 3. So the light will still be on. When the breaker's on, you'll have power at this light and the light will be lit. But when the relay is not engaged, none of the safeties will have power. The whole thing, nothing's going to run without that relay. So here it is, terminal 3, and I've got a knockout here, so I'm going to use a knockout relay. And I'm going to show you guys a trick with these knockout relays. So we've got the low voltage run from the controller over to the relay location. Now the high voltage needs to be inside the enclosure, but the low voltage does not necessarily need to be inside the enclosure. So what you can do with these, instead of punching an extra hole in this boiler from 1976 and running our wire inside, our low voltage wire inside, you can actually take the back of this relay off and cut out a corner and have the low voltage come out the corner of the relay. So I'm going to do that and I'll show you what it looks like. So when you pop the back of the relay off, this little breadboard will slide out. You just have to push the wires up as you kind of tilt it and pull it out. Yeah, so you get the breadboard out, and then you're going to separate out the blue and yellow. And you just want to get some slack on the wires because you don't want to manhandle these connections right here. So just be gentle with it. So then you just stuff it back in there, and you've got your yellow and blue for your low voltage coil coming out. It's going to come out this corner, and so you just cut a corner off. So there it is, low voltage coming out the corner, and the high voltage stuff is all inside the enclosure. Okay, so here it is installed. You got the low voltage popping out the back side of the relay, so that way we don't have to poke another hole in the side of the enclosure for the low voltage to come in. And then on the switching side of the relay, or all the high voltage stuff, so this is, this is still the high voltage coil, but put that inside. But on the switching side, you've got the common and the normally open, and I've just cut that number 3 wire, put the relay in between, and then also very important, cap off any wires that are unused because they will at times carry voltage.